stay alert or die? Does it feel like most scary stories just use cheap jump scares or creepy faces to make things scary? How do you put characters in situations that actually create real suspense and anticipation of danger? Will they or won't they get hurt? The weeping angels from Doctor Who, don't blink and you're safe. Medusa, don't look and you're safe. Zombies, keep your distance and you're safe. Really simple. You just got to keep doing those things. So long as you do those things, you're safe. What we're going to do is pressure the character to push past those boundaries of what is keeping them safe. We're going to make them need to stop doing what is keeping them safe. How does a writer think of these situations that they can put their characters in? What is it that they have to do or avoid doing to stay safe from this danger? So, do they not have to look at it to stay safe? Do they have to stay in the light and out of the dark to stay safe because the monster's in the dark? Do they have to keep looking at it to stay safe? Like the weeping angels, do they have to keep their distance and keep running from it, or else it'll catch up? Just think of something that they need to do in order to stay safe, and so long as they do that thing, they're safe. Now, think of a reason why they might be forced to do the opposite of the thing that is keeping them safe. So, if staying in the light is what's keeping them safe from a monster in the dark, then I must create a scenario where they are forced to go into the darkness. Or, if not looking at the creatures keeping them safe, for example, not looking at Medusa keeps you from turning to stone, then I must create a scenario where they are forced to open their eyes and look at something and risk looking at Medusa and turning to stone. If keeping your distance from the creature is what's keeping you safe, then I must think of a scenario where they are forced to get extremely close to it. And the scenario is forcing them to do the opposite of what is keeping them safe. It's usually to achieve something. Risk versus reward. They choose to do it. They have to stay in the light, so I'm going to force them into a situation where they have to go into the darkness for a reason such as to rescue their friend, or to find a light switch to the rest of the building, or to find food so that they can prevent themselves from starving. If not looking at the creature keeps them safe, such as not looking at Medusa to avoid turning to stone, I'm going to make them need to open their eyes so that they can, for example, find their way out of a deadly trap. Or to kill Medusa, you have to see to be able to do that. If keeping their distance is what's keeping them safe, for example, for as long as they stay away from the zombies out of reach, it won't reach them, it won't bite them, then I'm going to make them need to really get close to it. For example, to get the keys from its pockets to escape the building, for example. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm first figuring out what it is that's keeping them safe from harm. Then I'm forcing them to stop doing that thing that's keeping them safe in order to progress in the story, or in order to get something or to prevent the tragedy. Another way to do it is that whatever they must keep doing to stay safe, it is something that they must continuously do, and the second that they stop, it's game over. If they keep running continuously, they'll be safe, but they cannot keep it up forever. And that's the scary part. Eventually they're going to get tired, and the second they stop, the second they get tired, it's game over. How long can they keep it up for? And we start to feel that suspense and fear when we start to see them get tired and struggle to keep up. If they must keep looking at a creature to stay safe from it, eventually they're going to need to blink. If they must stay awake to stay safe from the creature, eventually they're going to fall asleep. They're going to get tired. If they must keep hold of a button to keep a bomb from going off, for example, eventually their hand is going to get tired or they're going to mess up. And they're going to let go. The fear comes from the suspense of having to constantly do that. And when we start to see them struggle, it starts to get difficult for them. They make mistakes, they start to lose energy, they almost stop doing it, they get tired, they can't run anymore. And it's seeing them fail. It's seeing them start to fail. We start to think, ooh, the time is almost up. Over time, they lose their sense of direction, so they have to look to see where they're going, which means they have to open their eyes and look at the creature. Over time, they can't keep their eyes open. They have to blink, which means they have to stop looking at it, which means it's going to get them. And when we see them start to struggle, we think, oh my gosh, they're going to blink. Oh no, their time is almost up. Over time, they just don't have the time to keep rebuilding barriers, so the zombie is going to get in, and it's going to get them. Over time, the suspense builds because they can no longer keep up with what they have to do to keep safe from it. It's the anticipation that the character feels, and the audience know that eventually it's going to get them because they just can't keep up with what they have to do to keep themselves safe. And this is why the weeping angels in Doctor Who is so scary. They're absolutely harmless, so long as you keep looking at it. But the characters are forced to blink. The characters can only not blink for so long. And when we see them start to struggle, their eyes start to water, we think, oh no, they're going to blink and it's going to get them. It's when they start to struggle. There's the suspense. Or when we're making the character do the opposite of what is keeping them safe. And the fear then comes from seeing how far they can push it before they cross the line and it gets them. How close can they get to the zombie before it bites them? How long can they stop running for to catch their breath before the monster catches up and gets them? So you can either put them in a situation where they are forced to stop doing what is keeping them safe, or make the thing that they have to do to remain safe something that they must continuously do, so that they will eventually get tired or mess up. And when we see them start to struggle, that is the suspense, the fear knowing, oh no, they don't have long left. Here's a little story example for you to think about, a little writing prompt. The world has ended and judgment has been brought upon the earth. The world is scorched and demons are climbing up out of the abyss. Those who are holy are protected in the churches of God. Those who are unholy have been taken by demons and dragged into the abyss. A preacher and holy people have taken salvation in God's church. Everything outside is burning. They are safe. But the demons outside bang on the door, but they cannot get in. And they never will get in. So long as these people keep doing what they are doing to remain safe. What is it they're doing? What is it the preacher and the holy people in the church must continue to do in order to stay safe from the danger, which would be the demons? In order to remain in the church? And secondly, how can we force them or tempt them to do the opposite of that? To get as close to the threshold of danger as possible. Will the danger get them, or will they stay alert and remain vigilant? Or will they die? I'm Joe Webb, a storyteller. Learn to write fiction properly.